Hello students, in today's lecture we will look at some applications of stack. We have already discussed what is a stack. A stack is a last in first out structure where we have elements which are stored in the stack and the last element to get into the stack is referred to as the top element. When you want to insert elements, it will go to the top of the stack and it will come above this. And when you want to remove an element, only the top element can be removed. Now, a stack is a data type and there are various applications of stack in computer science and various other domains. Today, we are going to look at certain applications of stack. Firstly, we will look at how expressions can be evaluated using a stack. And for this, we will introduce the notion of postfix and prefix notations of arithmetic expression. We will show how an infix expression, an arithmetic expression which is an infix, is what you are most familiar with. For example, you have 2 plus 3 into 4. This is an example of an infix expression. In an infix expression, if you have a binary operator like plus, so plus will go between the two operands. Similarly, for this multiplication operation will go between these operands. Okay. Now, in a postfix notation, the operator is put at the end and operators come in the beginning, while in a prefix, so you will write 2, 3 plus. So 2 plus 3 is infix. 2, 3 plus is postfix. And plus 2, 3 is prefix. In the prefix notation, the operator is put first and then the operands. In postfix, first we have the operands and then the operator. And in infix, the operator comes in between. We will show how infix can be converted to postfix and how postfix expression can be evaluated using a stack. Then we will look at an application of stack to check the matching of parentheses in an arithmetic expression or any other expression. So first we'll talk about arithmetic expressions and introduce the Polish notation. So the Polish notation, there are two types of notation, prefix notation and the postfix notation. Postfix is also called reverse Polish notation. So normally we use the operator symbol. If we have a binary operator like plus, the operator symbol occurs between the two operands. And we can also write expressions like this involving multiple operators, C minus D star E. And then based on the precedence of the operators, this expression will be evaluated as C minus D star E. So star has a higher precedence, so this product will be first evaluated and then the minus. Similarly, we have this expression A star B plus C. Now, we can use parentheses to change the precedence of the operator. For example, when you say C minus D star E, first the product is performed and then the subtraction. If you want to do it in a different way, you can put a parenthesis here. So which means first C minus D will be computed and the result will be multiplied by E. So there is a precedence of the operators. For example, you first do multiplication and division, then addition and subtraction. You can change this precedence by putting parentheses, and there are predefined operator precedence. Now this notation that you are familiar with, this is called the infix notation. In an infix notation, multiple passes are required for evaluation. Why? Suppose you are going to evaluate this expression. First you make a pass and identify the multiplication and division operator. So you first do the multiplication and then you do another pass in order to do the subtraction. On the other hand, let us introduce the Polish notations. These Polish notations have been named after Polish mathematician Jan Lukasiewicz. Well, I don't know how to pronounce this, but in the Polish postfix notation, the operator is placed after the two operands, like A, B plus. Means it is, in infix it is A plus B, in postfix it is AB plus. Similarly, CD star in infix is C star D. What about this AB star CD plus slash? This is interpreted as you have A, B, and then you have the product of A and B, and then you have CD plus. So you have CD addition, and then slash of this. So this A star B is divided by C plus D. Now in the Polish postfix notation, so this is the Polish postfix notation. Now about the pen. So for the prefix notation, the operator comes first and then the operands. So while in postfix you have AB plus, in prefix you will have plus AB. So it's in a prefix you will have star CD, and then you will have slash star AB minus CD, which is A into B divided by C minus D. Now we will first look at how a given infix expression can be converted to Polish postfix or Polish prefix. We will illustrate with the Polish postfix notation. And then we will show how to evaluate a postfix expression. So if you want to convert an infix expression to Polish form, these are the steps. First, you write down the expression in fully parenthesized form. What does it mean? You, based on the precedence, you write down the parenthesis so that the sequence in which the operators are applied becomes becomes very clear. Then we can do a stepwise conversion. So let us look at an example. Suppose you look at this expression. This is an infix expression, A plus B into C slash D minus E into F minus G. Now, if you want to convert it to fully parenthesized form, certain parts are already parenthesized, like B into C, E into F. Now you check the slash has high precedence. So first B into C slash D will be performed. So we will put a parenthesis here. Then we have this plus. So this plus, we put a parenthesis. And then minus E into F, we put this parenthesis. And then subtracted G. So as we know, in an infix expression, multiplication and division have higher precedence than addition and subtraction. And within operators having the same precedence, they are computed from left to right. Based on these rules, we can have a full parenthesization of this expression. Okay. Now, after we have done this parenthesization, we will see how to convert this into Polish postfix form. And the Polish postfix of this expression will be ABC star D slash plus EF star minus G minus. How is it? So we see that B into C. So first we have to do B into C. So, this is BC star, and then we have BC star slash D. So BC star D slash, and we have A plus this. So A, this plus. And then minus E into F. So we will have, this is E into F. and this is minus. So minus this and e into f, then this whole thing minus g. So you put this whole thing, then g, then minus. So this is the postfix expression, which is equivalent to the above infix expression. Now, what about the prefix form? So prefix form we can try to write down. So first we will have b into c. B into c will be written as star bc. Then we have b into c slash d. So we have slash b into c d. Then we have a plus this. So we have a, this plus. Then we have minus of e into f. So e into f is star e f, and minus we put here. Then this whole thing minus g. So we put a minus here and put a g. So this is the prefix expression corresponding to the same expression. So let me write down again and clean this up a little bit. So the prefix is minus minus a slash star b c d plus star e f g. It's difficult to write on the screen, but so what are the advantages of using Polish notation? In Polish notation, we do not need the concept of operator priority. The way the expression is formed, we will see that that determines the expression uniquely. So the expression evaluation rule is simplified. So, and there is no need of any parenthesis. Parenthesis is not required. The expression makes this evaluation unambiguous, and therefore evaluation can be carried out using a single scan over the expression string. Unlike in an infix expression, you have to do multiple scan based on the operator precedence. You know, first for operators of a particular precedence level, you have to scan for all instances of this operator and evaluate them in left to right order. So you need multiple stages, multiple scans based on how many precedence stages are there. However, for postfix Polish notation, you can carry out the evaluation using a single scan, and that is where stack is used, as we will show. So the Polish expression evaluation, this postfix expression, can be done using a stack by using a single pass through the expression string from left to right. And we can also similarly do prefix evaluation, but in the prefix case, the string must be scanned from right to left. In today's class, we will show how to do Polish postfix notation evaluation. So this is an algorithm also called the pseudocode for Polish postfix evaluation. If we wish, we could write a program in C, but we have here given the steps of the algorithm in a programming language, sort of pseudo programming language, so that the steps are clear, but without using the specific syntax of a language, so that it is much simpler. Now, how is postfix evaluation done? You take a postfix expression such as a b plus or a b plus c star. These are examples of postfix expression. And this algorithm tells you how to evaluate it. So the expression is given by a string. For example, this is a string having the first character as A, second as B, third as plus, fourth as C, fifth as star. You could also have an expression involving numerals or a combination of that. For example, you could have 4, 5 plus 3 slash, right? 2 minus. So this is a string. So now what does this algorithm tell you? You take the next token. If you scan the string from left to right, first to take the first token of the string, then do something based on this algorithm. And then you looked at the second token, third token, fourth token. So left to right, you scan this string. And this code tells you what to do depending on what you are seeing. So let me just clean up this. So what does this say? You take A is the next token, that is the next character in the string. Now A can be an operand like plus, star, slash, or A can be A can be an operand like A, B, 4, 5, 15, 20, or A can be an operator like plus, star, slash. If A is an operand, you push A into the stack. You have first to start with an empty stack. You take the next token. If the token is an operand, that is A, B, 4, 15, you push A onto the stack. If A is an operator like plus, star, slash, then if it is a binary operator, you pop the last 2 elements in the stack. So Y is the first element on the stack, X is the next element in the stack. And then you take X, A, Y. So A is a operator. So you have 2 things you have popped from the stack, Y and X, and you push into the stack X, A, Y. Okay, so if X, Y is 5, X is 4, you will push 4, and A is plus, so you will push 4 plus 5. And this way you will continue the loop. You take the token. If it is a operand, you will push it into the stack. If it is an operator and it's a binary operator, then it will pop 2 elements from the stack and then evaluate it with respect to the operator. The resulting value will put back in the stack. And you will do this until you have finished the entire expression string. And then after you have finished the string, the stack will contain the result. So we will illustrate by an example. First, let us take a simple example. Let us take this expression 2, 3 plus 2 star. Okay. So what is the first token is 2. Now your stack is initially empty. So this is my stack. My stack is initially empty. So 2 is an operand. So what we will do? We will push 2 into the stack. Then I am pointing to the next token, which is 3. 3 is also an operand. Therefore, I will push 3 into the stack. Okay. Then I get plus. So plus is an operator. It is a binary operator. So we will make 2 pops from the stack. So first we will get Y equal to 3, X equal to 2. And this stack now will become empty. Okay. So now we will 2, the operator is plus. So 2 plus 3 we will now put into the stack. So actually we will evaluate and we will put 5 into the stack. So we'll put 2 plus 3, which happens to be 5. It will be put in the stack. Okay. Now again we take the next token, which is 2. 2 is a operand, so we will push it into the stack. And then we get the next token, which is star. Star is an operator, so we will pop the first 2 elements in the top 2 elements in the stack. So Y is the element 2 is popped. So Y is 2, and then element X is popped. So X equal to 5. and the stack becomes empty. And then we have to push x, a, y. A is star, so 2 into 5, so 10 will be pushed into the stack. Now we have reached the end of the expression, and therefore 10, which is the top element in the stack, this is the result of this expression, right? So this is the algorithm. You scan the postfix expression from left to right. Whenever you get an operand, you push it into the stack. When you get an operator, you pop from the stack the top 2 elements, and then you apply the operand on its arguments, and the resulting value you push into the stack. When you have exhausted the string, then in the stack you will get the result. So let us take a slightly longer example to work it out. So this is the expression 10, 6, 3 minus star 7, 4 plus minus. And we are scanning the string from left to right. So first we take 10 is the first element, we push it into the stack, then 6, oops. So then we get 6. 6 is also a, sorry, my sharing, I'm sharing again. So hopefully you can see this. So 10, 6. So when we first get 10, 10 is put into the stack. Then we get 6, 6 goes into the stack. Then we get 3, 3 also goes into the stack. Then we get minus. When the symbol is minus, now we will pop 2 elements from the stack. First we pop 3, then we'll pop 6. So 10 will be left in the stack. And then we compute x minus y, which is 6 minus 3. So 10 will be now pushed into the stack. Then we get star. Star is an operator. So when we get star, then 10 and 3 will be popped from the stack, and the stack will become empty, and 10 into 3, 30 will be evaluated, and 30 will be put into the stack. Then we get 7, which is operand. 7 will be pushed into the stack. Then 4 is pushed into the stack. Then we get plus. So the top 2 elements, 7 and 4, are withdrawn. And 7 plus 4, that is 11, is pushed into the stack. And then we get a minus. So we 30 and 11 are popped from the stack, and 30 minus 11, 19 is put into the stack. And 19 is also the result of the evaluation of this expression. So this is how we evaluate a postfix expression using a stack. So we have seen that if the expression is in postfix, then we can use a stack to evaluate the expression. Now, how do we get the expression in postfix? So most of us are used to writing an expression in infix. So now we will show how to convert an infix expression into a postfix expression. Now, suppose Q is an infix expression, and this expression can contain operands, operators, as well as left and right parentheses. And these are the precedences that are defined for the infix expressions. The highest priority is exponentiation. Then we have star and slash, that's multiplication and division. Then we have plus and minus, addition and subtraction. So we have defined these 5 operators and these 3 levels of precedence. At the same precedence level, if we have more than 1 plus, or more than 1 plus minus, suppose you have 1 plus 1 minus, or 2 stars, 3 divisions, then within the same precedence level, the operators are evaluated from left to right. So therefore, to evaluate this expression, we must scan in the infix form we have to scan the expression at least thrice. Okay. Now we will show how an infix expression can be converted to the postfix. So we will use a stack for doing this conversion. Now we will present the algorithm. The algorithm will start by first pushing a left parenthesis in the stack, and also it adds a right parenthesis at the end of Q. So Q is a given infix expression. We enclose it by a left and right parenthesis. We will use a stack, and first we will put the left parenthesis into the stack, and then we will look at the remaining the characters in the queue with a right parenthesis at the end. So this is the algorithm. Again, we are presenting a pseudo code, and we will show it how it works with an example. So we first start by pushing a left parenthesis into the stack, and we add a right parenthesis to the end of Q. So Q is now converted to Q and then a right parenthesis and a left parenthesis. So we have a stack, and in this stack we have put a left parenthesis as the first element. Now you are going to scan Q from left to right. So while not end of string in Q, A is get next token. Get next token means the next character from the left. We go from left to right, we take the next character. Now if the character is an operand, we add it to P. We start with P as empty, and then we will be constructing P. So as we scan Q from left to right, if we find that the next character is an operand, we will add the character to P. If we get, now we are considering an arithmetic expression with the different operators like plus, minus, star, slash, and also parentheses. Now, if we see that the next character in Q is the infix expression, if the next character is a left bracket, then we push this left bracket onto the stack. So if A is left bracket, we push it into the stack. If A is an operand, we add it to P. If A is an operator, then we will repeatedly pop from stack and add to P each operator from the top of on the top of the stack which has the same or higher precedence than A. That is, suppose A is plus. If A is plus, we will look at the top of the stack. If there are operators on the top of the stack, we will pop the operators which have higher precedence than plus. So if we have exponentiation, star, slash, then we will pop them from the stack and add to. And after we have done this, we will push A. So A is the current operator. We have removed from the stack top the operators which have higher precedence than A. Then we will push the operator A into the stack. If A is right parenthesis, then we repeatedly pop from the stack and add to P each operator on the top of the stack until a left parenthesis is encountered. Okay. So we will pop every operator from the stack until we find a left parenthesis. And we remove the left parenthesis from the stack. So the stack only gets the parenthesis and the operators. The operands are directly copied to P, from Q to P. And we scan the string Q from left to right, and we have these 4 cases. So if if A is an operand, we directly add to P. If A is a left bracket, I push it to the stack. If A is an operator, we remove from the top of the stack those operators which are higher precedence or same precedence as A, and we push A to the stack. If A is right parenthesis, we repeatedly pop from the stack and add to P each operator on the top of the stack until a left parenthesis is encountered and the left parenthesis is also removed. Okay, now this is the algorithm. We will check now how this on the simple expression first. So let us look at this expression 3 plus 4 star 5 slash 6. So as you know, this is a prefix expression, and this expression actually, if we look at the bracketed form, so first we scan from left to right. So first 4 into 5, this multiplication will be evaluated, then this division, and then this addition. So this is the infix expression whose value is given in this form. Now I want you to now work out how we can apply this algorithm on this expression to convert it into postfix. So let us look at the algorithm. So what we have said, that we have a stack, and in the stack we first add the left parenthesis. Then we get the next token. If the next token is 3. So next token is 3. So 3 is an operand. So we directly, let me just put P here. So this is Q. So this is Q. So we add 3 directly to P. Then we look at the next token, which is plus. So plus is an operator. We will pop from the stack each operator which has same or higher precedence than A. So there is nothing, no operator in the stack, so we do nothing. We push it. So we will push plus into the stack. Then we look at the next token, which is 4, which will be added to. Next, we look at the token star. Now star is a operator. Now we will pop from the stack operators which have higher precedence. Now plus has a lower precedence, so we will not pop. So we will push A. So star will be now pushed onto the stack. Okay. Then we say 5. So 5 will be just copied here. Then we have slash. Now we will pop from the stack those operators which have same or higher precedence than slash. So star has the same precedence than slash. So we will pop it from the stack. And we will push. So we will pop this star and we will push. Let's remove star from the stack. And we will push slash to the stack. Okay. And then we get 6. So 6 is an operand. We will add it to the stack. Okay. And then we get a right bracket. If you have a right bracket, we will pop from the stack and add to P each operator until a left parenthesis is encountered. Okay. So we will now add slash. We will remove it from the stack. Then we will add, we'll remove plus from the stack and we will add it here. So let me remove it from the stack. Until the left parenthesis is encountered, we'll remove the left parenthesis. Okay. So now we have come to the end of the string Q, and this is P. So this is the postfix form of the expression Q. Okay. And you can verify this. Okay. So you can work on it systematically. So this is the string Q. You should also add another character corresponding to the right parenthesis. So as you go through this, you can show what is the stack and what is the output. So when initially you put a left parenthesis in the stack, and when you get 3, the output is 3. Then when you get plus, the plus is put into the stack and the output continues as 3. When you get 4, 4 is now pushed into the stack. The stack is as before. When you get star, there is no upper letter on the stack. Higher precedence are same as star. So we will put star into the stack and P stays as it is. Then we get 5. 5 will be added to P and the stack stays as it is. Then we get a slash. So we will remove star from the stack and we will add star into P and we will put slash into the stack. Then we get 6. 6 will be added to this expression. And this is my stack. And then we get the right parenthesis. And now we will take everything from the stack and we will construct 3, 4, 5 star 6 slash plus. And the stack will become empty. Okay, so this is how we proceed. Now we can work out another expression which is slightly longer. So Q is A plus P star C minus D slash E to the power F into G into H. You know, all these parentheses are there. So this is my expression. This right parenthesis is what we have incorporated, and in the stack we put a left parenthesis. So we will first look at A. We will put A into the stack, and then we will put, say, plus. We put into the, sorry, A in the output. We put plus into the stack, and then we get a left parenthesis. Left parenthesis we put into the stack. Then we get a B. So B will be pushed into the stack. So the stack, I'm just skipping when the P remains the same. So P will now become AB. The stack will remain the same. Then we get a star. Star will be added to the stack. So this is the stack. Then we get a C. C will be added to P. Then we get a minus. So when we get a minus, this star will be popped from the stack. So we get A, B, C star, and this minus is pushed to the stack. So the stack becomes this. Then we get a left parenthesis, which will be pushed to the stack. Then we get a D. D will be added to the P. Then we get a slash. So when we get a slash, this will be, we will have to pop from the stack. Top of the stack, if there are operators which are same or higher precedence, at the top of the stack we have a left parenthesis, not an operator, so we'll put a slash onto the stack. So the stack will now contain. Then we get an E. E will be added to the string. So we will have A, B, C, star, D, E. Then we get a exponentiation. When we get the exponentiation, this exponentiation is the highest priority. So slash is a lower priority. So we'll push it into the stack. So the stack will now contain this exponentiation. Then we get F. F will be put into E. So we get A, B, C, star, D, E, F. Then we get a star. So when we get a star, this exponentiation, which is higher precedence, and slash, the same precedence, will be removed from the stack and put into P. So P will contain A, B, C, star, D, E, F. I'm sorry, E, F. Exponentiation slash, and this star will be put into the, So we have we have this right parenthesis. So we will be removing everything up to the left parenthesis. So up to this left parenthesis, everything is removed. So we will have slash. So this is not the rule. The rule is when you get a right parenthesis, you remove everything up till the previous left parenthesis. So this is the situation, and this is how it looks like at the end of this step. And we are here. We still have some more characters to go. So the next character is star. So this star, we will go into the stack. So because the stack contained this, so minus is lower precedence, so star will now go into the stack. Then we get G. So G will be put into the stack. Earlier stack had A, B, C star, D, E, F. Now we put G into the stack. Then we get a right parenthesis. When we get a right parenthesis, we are now going to pop from the stack everything up to the left parenthesis. And other than the left parenthesis, we're going to push them into the string. So now the stack will contain left plus, these three are removed. And 2P we get these two are added, star and minus. Then we get a star, and this star is now pushed into the stack. Then we get a H, and the H is added at the end of the string. The whole thing is repeated. And then we get this right bracket, right parenthesis, which we added. And when we get the right parenthesis, we now take out all the other operators which are on the stack, so which is star and plus. So the stack becomes empty. And what we have is A, B, C, star, D, E, F, exponential slash G star minus H star and plus. So this is how the expression looks like. So we have converted a infix expression to an postfix expression using a stack. We have also seen how a stack can be used to do an evaluation of a postfix expression using a single stack. We will now look at a second application of stack, which is parenthesis matching. So when we have a parenthesized expression, we want to test whether the expression is properly parenthesized. So you know that if you have an expression like A plus B into, so this is not properly parenthesized. If an expression is properly parenthesized, every left parenthesis must correspond to a corresponding right parenthesis. So even if you had a square here, this is not correctly parenthesized because this is a left square bracket, this is a right square bracket, whereas you have a left bracket and right bracket, and they cannot be like this. So this is wrongly parenthesized. We want to check if an expression is correctly parenthesized. And we can do this easily using a stack, and this is the algorithm. We scan the expression from left to right. Whenever a left parenthesis is encountered, we push it into the stack. Whenever a right parenthesis is encountered, we pop from the stack and check if the parentheses match. And this works for multiple type of parentheses. So let us look at the algorithm and then we can work it out. So while we do not reach the end of the string, A is the next token. If A is a left parenthesis, if A is a left parenthesis of any type, we'll push it onto the stack, push A to the stack. If A is a right parenthesis, if the stack is empty, we will say the expression is not well formed. Suppose we have this expression A plus B, right? Or you have an expression A this. So this expression is not well formed. So if we have a right parenthesis and the stack becomes empty, stack is already empty, then we will say the expression is not well formed and exit. Otherwise, if we get a right parenthesis, we will pop from the stack. And if A and X do not match, we will print that the expression is not well formed and we will exit. And after we finish checking the expression, we expect that the stack is empty. If it is not empty, we will print not well formed. Let us illustrate with an example. So suppose we have this expression. I'm not writing the operands or operators. I'm just writing the brackets because that's what we are trying to check. Suppose we have an expression like this. I'm trying to get the pen. So as we scan from left to right, if we get a left bracket, we start with an empty stack. The left bracket we will push into the stack. When we get a right bracket, we will pop from the stack. So right bracket is this. What we pop from the stack is this. So this and this does not correspond. So this expression is not well. Suppose we did have an expression like this, then we will pop from the stack and we will note that they match. Okay. So if we have this type of expression, we will have this type of expression, then it will be matching and we will be able to do it. So the algorithm is very simple. We look at the next left or right bracket, and if it is a left bracket, we push it into the stack. When we get a right bracket, we pop from the stack and we find that it is not a corresponding left bracket. We say the expression is not well formed. If we do not get any left bracket onto the stack, if the stack is empty, then we say it's not well formed. If we get it, but it is not of the same type, then also it's not well formed. And when we finish scanning the expression, we expect that the stack is empty. If it is not empty, then it is also not well formed. So let us work out this example. Suppose this is an expression. Left bracket A plus left bracket B minus C, right bracket star, left bracket D plus E, right bracket, right bracket. So this contains only one type of parenthesis. So we were going scanning the string from left to right. Whenever we get a left bracket, we push. So we have a stack. We'll first get this left bracket, we'll push it into the stack. Then we get the second left bracket, we'll push it into the stack. Then we get a right bracket, we will pop from the stack. We'll pop from the stack. We'll note that these are of the same type, so we are happy. Then we get another left bracket, so we will push it into the stack. We get another left bracket, we'll push it into the stack. Then we get a right bracket, we will pop from the stack. My stack is gone. So we will we get a right bracket, we pop from the stack, check that we have the corresponding left bracket. Again, we take this, we pop from the stack, check we have the corresponding left bracket. And if we get an empty string, then we are good. So this is what happens for this particular expression. Now, let us look at another expression, this. Now, when we do this expression, we first have a left bracket, we put it into the stack, then another left bracket, put it into the stack, then a right bracket, we remove from the stack, we are happy. another right bracket, we remove from the stack, stack becomes empty, we get another right bracket, and therefore there's a mismatch. So this parenthesis matching of one or more types of parentheses we can do with a stack. There are other applications we can do with stack. For example, we can reverse a string of characters. How? Suppose the string is hello. So what we can do, we can scan the string from left to right. Every time I get a character, I will put it on the stack, then A, then L, then L, then O. Then we have reached the end of the string. Now what we do, we pop from the stack. So we get O, then pop again, L, pop, L, pop, E, pop, H. So we get the reverse of the string. So we can generate 3 address code from Polish postfix expressions. This is what the compiler does. We can handle function calls and return value. When you have a function call, the operators and the return value, they're pushed into the stack. So when you have a recursive function, you have multiple instances of the same function on the stack. And when we return from one function, you go back to the calling function. So this thing is managed by the compiler by using a stack. Recursion is handled by using a stack. Function call is handled by using the stack. We'll not talk about the details now, but these are the applications of the stack. So we stop here now. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me and let me know.